So for most people, the hand-powered grease guns are just fine. When you're only doing, a couple, maybe half a dozen grease zerks a year, that's all you really need. But then you get into a piece of equipment like this, or you've got a couple trucks and you're greasing those zerks several times a year, it gets to the point where a battery-powered grease gun might be the way to go. So I picked up this DEWALT 20-volt grease gun a couple years ago when I bought this tractor, because this tractor's got close to 20 grease zerks on it, and I do it every 10 to 15 hours or so. This grease gun's been a life changer for me. When I purchased this grease gun, I also picked up a lock and lube quick coupler. And what's nice about this is it's got teeth at the end of it that'll grab onto your grease zerk. So it's literally, you lock it on, it's hands-free. And once you get grease on, you can just push your trigger and move on to your next grease zerk. It really helps and saves time having to hold that thing in place while you're putting your grease in your zerk. So as I said, this runs on your standard DEWALT 20-volt platform. So if you've got drills or impacts already, the batteries will swap right over to this. It does have a light on the end of the grease gun, which I've never really had to use in the dark, but it's there if you need it. Your barrel here holds your tube of grease, which just screws out, screws right back in, and then you just pop your handle down like you would on any other grease gun. And then this does have a lockout feature on the trigger, like any of the other DEWALT tools would. That way it wouldn't accidentally get pressed, especially if you're running this in like a toolbox in the back of a truck and you keep the battery in. It would make quite the mess if the trigger was accidentally get depressed. So let's go on this tractor here. I'll show you a couple of these grease zerks and you can decide if this is the right fit for you at your house. Well, hopefully that gave you a little bit of an idea of just how easy something like a battery-powered grease gun can make greasing a tractor like this behind me. So if you're on the fence, you're not really sure if this is worth the investment for you, just look at how many grease zerks you guys are doing on a daily or monthly basis and make the decision from there. I guarantee this grease gun will more than pull its weight.